Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel once again. Global Football View. We just witnessed a game between Arsenal and Slavia Prague. Sorry, Slavia Prague versus Arsenal in the Champions League fourth game of the group stage game, where Arsenal defeated them by 3 goals to nothing. Mike Moreno scoring 2 goals and Bukayo Saka scoring one from the penalty spot. We're not talking about the game, and the first 10 minutes wasn't that impressive for Arsenal. I think the Slavia Prague were being so physical over Arsenal, and Arsenal took their time to settle in the game. I must commend the players because they're missing a lot of players today. At least 8 key players for Arsenal we are missing in today's game. So kudos to the players who stood up, and the likes of Mike Moreno, Bukayo Saka scoring from the penalty spot to give Arsenal the lead in that game. Talking about the penalty, for me, as an Arsenal fan, I don't think that's a penalty, if I'm being honest. But what I've learned to understand is that in the Champions League, the penalty that I tend to give in the Champions League is quite different from that in the Premier League. So because if you look at the proximity between the header from Gabriel and the defender's hand, it was so close. But I understand it that in the Champions League you get a decision like that. Even the penalty that was awarded against Arsenal in the 9 minutes that was overturned by the VAR. I think the Champions League sometimes tend to give so much soft penalties, and thank God the penalty wasn't given, and Arsenal continued their clean sheet. This is the first time Arsenal has gone 8 games in a row without conceding a goal. That's since 1903, the first time that happened. And so kudos to the player, the likes of Gabriel Saliba and the likes of Declan Rice. I was actually scared about Declan Rice because of the yellow card he was carrying into this game, and he had a decent game, not the kind of game you want to associate Declan Rice with. But I think he was just a little bit wiser not to go into tackle, because the referee today from Azerbaijan, I do not know his name, but the way the guy was sharing card, I was like, Christmas isn't yet, so why are you sharing card as if the Christmas is right at the corner? But I must say the players stood up to the task, stood up to the physical battles of the game, and they came out with all 3 goals. Mike Marino, who was deputizing for Vitor Gyökeres, who currently out injured, and hopefully, according to report, he will be back for the North London derby after the international break. Martinelli also, Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, I think the Anonymous Madueke. The report is that they will all be coming back for the North London derby, and for me, this is one of the first time I'm really happy about an international break, because we are missing players. Talking about squad there, but these players have just dropping down like flies, and I'm thankful none of the players got injured today. And congratulations to Max Daumann for becoming the youngest player in Champions League history, the youngest player to play in the Champions League at age 15. Age 15, I was in secondary school, so have this young man doing some miracles with the football pitch, and I think it was clattered down almost like 3 times, even with the few minutes he was on the pitch. I just think this Slavia Prague were just players were being physical on him, trying to make you understand this is a men's sport, this is not kids, so you have to be up to the task. And also congratulations to Aman Anus, who also made his Champions League debut today at the age, I think he is 17, if I'm correct, 17 years of age, making a Champions League debut. And kudos also to Mikel Arteta for trusting in these young boys, because giving them the pathway, giving them the hope that they can make it at Arsenal is something I think Mikel Arteta should be commended for. The likes of Ethan Waneri, the likes of Miles Lewis Kelly, the likes of Emmy Smith Rowe also. So kudos to Mikel Arteta for the game today, and the players really played at a professional game. Clean sheet, like we always say. The first goal today also from a set piece again, ole ole. I know a lot of people want to say we are playing for set piece goal, but who cares? At the end of the day, just win your matches and get all 3 points and get the hell out of that place. And focus now turn to the game between Arsenal and Aston Villa versus Arsenal on Saturday. Arsenal will be open to take all 3 points in that game, where with the hope that Manchester City and Liverpool play at a draw in their game. So we'll be giving you a report from that as a match draw closer. The preview will be had on Friday, where we'll take a look at the games that we'll be taking on in the top 5 league abroad in Europe. So, is there anybody I'm missing to shout out to? Norgard had a decent game. I don't think it was one of his best. Easy came in the second half and wasn't the sparkling, but I don't think we shouldn't be, I should even be looking at that because as at the time they came into the game was already won. The game was already done. So, kudos to Mikel Arteta. Kudos to the boys. Arsenal 4 games, 4 wins, no goal conceded, and sitting top in the Champions League table. Like this video if you like this video on your way out, and subscribe if you've not subscribed. And let me know in your comment section who was the man of the match today. For me, the man of the match was Mikel Merino. As easy as that. So, till I see you again, stay safe. Peace out.